Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Two of Cups. Back to the love, right? The love is the glue that holds everything together. It's a question. What do you love? What are you in love with? Yeah. I feel that you have a very strong sense of purpose. I feel that you are you're wanting to connect with life, connecting with yourself, connecting with others. Maybe there's a hint of romance. I know, put your pitchforks away. It doesn't have to be that. Right? But this is a card that's saying we're feeling love. We're feeling like we want to be with something or someone. Let's put this card into some context. And let's see what is going on here. It's a love of work, right? Three of Pentacles. We have the Lust card. We have the Emperor. We have the Magician. Holy smokes. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This is a true holy shnikes moment. That's nuts. Wow. You are so committed to this, and it's working. And this could be still a romance. It could be a business. It could be an art project. It could be a physical thing. It could be a health thing. It could be whatever it is that you're doing. You love it this much. It's a love of work, right? And what you're working is working. Big time. This is, wow. I've never seen this before. The Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, and the Emperor and the Lust card. Yeah, let's look at the path of the Serpent now. We might get some challenges over here, okay? No, we have the Eon, the Star. What? Come on. Three of Cups and a Princess of Cups. Your dream is coming true. Now, water and earth, right? Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, water and earth. Princess of Cups. The princess is like the page. It's the earth energy of the suit that it's in. This is earth and water. Water and earth and water. What you love, the work that you are committed to, the devotion that you have for whatever this is that you're putting your effort into, whatever you are building here, whatever you are trying to get to function, whatever you're putting this love into, is going to materialize in ways that you never expected. This is unbelievable. Let's select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I am truly speechless over this one. I don't even know what to say about it. Let's just stare at it for a few minutes, and that'll be the reading, okay? The mystery card will go right here with Bubo, our mechanical owl. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but hopefully it'll tie everything together and give us even more confirmation at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, please put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's use our intuition, right? And I think you got a lot of it right now. Looking around the room, obviously, this is overwhelming. Major, 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 major arcana. No fire. We have water and earth, water, water. A lot of water, a little bit of earth, no air, and no fire. Okay? And to me, the absence of air and fire kind of tells me that the fight is over. The argument is over. the stress, the worry is over. So maybe you were in the last few months, you were in a very contentious period of time. Getting ahead of myself. Maybe you have experienced a pretty difficult last few months. A lot of fighting, a lot of heightened emotions, a lot of yelling, or a lot of conflict, a lot of friction. I feel that's all gone. That's behind you. And now what we have is this love. If you love it, you're going to make it work. It could be a family thing, it could be a friendship, it could be a romantic relationship. If you love it, if you're devoted to it, you have this urge to merge with it, you're going to find a way to make it work. The Three of Pentacles is the blood, sweat, and tears. The Three of Pentacles is saying that if you want this to work, you're going to have to spin all these plates the best you can. I kind of look at this card like it's a drone, one of those toy drones. They're very popular in the news lately. And the little fans at the bottom, And if those fans are all functioning at the same speed, in harmony, working together, that drone's going to lift off perfectly straight off the ground. But if anything is out of whack, if anything is not in harmony with the others, too fast, too slow, things going to flop right over. I'm going to break it. Right? So it's kind of in some ways, it's a delicate process. This is some work that you're doing. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your physical health. Spirit's saying that you've always been pretty good at making money. You've always managed to get things done and make ends meet, and you've always been fairly lucky, I guess, in that regard, right? Spirit's always kind of been with you there. Also, that you have a cat or something, or more than one cat. But the Three of Pentacles here is saying that it's a delicate process, that everything has to be functioning just right. Your body, your soul, your spirit, everything has to be working together in harmony. You and the other people there have to be just able to work in harmony, not somebody that's doing too much work, someone else doing not enough. Yeah. So this is really a harmony. This is saying that you understand the process. You understand, right, the process of creation on the physical plane. You know how to functionally make something work. This has to spin at the right speed, and all these other things everything's got to be working together. In their own, it doesn't mean everything's going as fast as the other one, but everything has to work in proportion, and this thing can, if the fan, let's say the drone, the fans are spinning at the same speed, it'll lift up. But then when things start to slow down, speed up, other things start to move around, then we have dynamics, then we have actual movement. So just getting something off the ground requires a certain strategy or a certain technique. But then as things progress, that technique has to evolve and expand and change. Otherwise, your drone just goes up, and that's just lost. It's in the clouds. You can't even see it anymore. So we want the dynamics. We want to be able to maneuver this thing around. We need to adjust our technique as we go. Well, you have this very fluid, plastic, elastic adaptability, flexibility of the magician. Absolutely. You have the best cards. You have the absolute best cards. And you love this so much that you're willing to put in this work to make it work. So everything you're doing, Spirit's telling you to keep doing it. Keep doing it and be flexible. Be as flexible as you need to be in order for this to continue to grow and expand. I don't even know where to start. I'm messing up with the camera. I'm so confused right now. I'm speechless. I'm speechless by this. You love something so much that you're putting in the work to make it work. Maybe it's a relationship. It could be. Let's look at the past card, though. Let's look at our Emperor. This is in the past position, okay, back here. And I think really this shows a decisive moment for you, especially when we have also the Eon card here, the Judgment card. A decisive moment where you said, okay, enough is enough. I love this thing, or we love each other, or this is we have this bond, and we're going to make it work. So this is kind of the Emperor put a stop to all the fighting, all the arguments. The Emperor is a fiery card, right? It's Aries energy. So kind of saying like you're in control of all of that fire, all of the tension of the situation, the friction that was involved, the fighting, the discord, the disagreements, the chaos has now come under your control. And it's really saying that you're responsible for your part in it. It's your responsibility to keep things functioning in order, right? It's your responsibility to prevent all the fire and air from the past to return, because fire and air really dries things out, right? I mean, it's going to make things, it's really going to be a desert. There's going to be no love, no joy, no success, nothing. It's conflict. Too much fire, conflict. Too much air, conflict. Chaos, disorder. Put those two together, and it becomes worse, right? And so the Emperor is the one that has gotten control over that, has harnessed those powers of fire and air, and now is able to direct all of this willpower, all of this intelligence, all of this knowledge. This is that part of you that it really has taken on this boss energy, that you've kind of put your foot down and you said, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it. Okay, it's like almost like a tough love kind of thing. Yeah? Or the Emperor just says, somebody's got to grab the reins here. So I don't know if this was a work thing or if this was just you in your life that's saying, I'm done with all the chaos of life. I'm done like being like a cork on the ocean. I'm done being just like being just tossed around by the universe. I'm now in control. And this is good. This, I think, has brought you to your present state. So keep that boss energy of yours. Keep that boss energy. Now, you're somebody that likes to press flowers, right? I'm seeing some flat, dry flowers in books or something, like I don't know if it's what kind of book it is, but you do that sort of thing, right? You press the flowers. So continuing with the fire kind of idea, we have the lust card underneath everything. Yeah. And the lust card is passion. It is courage. Sometimes it can be ferocious, right? Sometimes this can be anger. Sometimes it's like you really have a beast in you, okay? You have the ability to kind of really bite someone's head off if you allowed yourself to do that. So what we have to do with this is part of us sort of harnessing the fire energy. Put all of your energy, all of your anger, all of your frustration into something productive. Something that you love, right? Something that you feel a passion and a commitment and a love for, right? Put it into that effort, putting into making it work. And so it really is about harnessing this creative power, this fire. Fire is a spiritual element. Fire can be used to tear down or to build up. Fire can burn or fire can heal. Fire can protect or fire can harm, right? And this is us getting control over that. These two, it's kind of like the Emperor has tamed the beast and saying, okay, I'm going to use all of this energy I have in me not to engage with the conflict. Done with the drama, right? Done with the drama. I'm going to use all this energy now to build whatever this is, to construct this life, to make this thing work, whatever it is for you. A relationship, a toaster, I don't know. Whatever you're putting work into is going to work. Yeah. So the lust card is a card of control. It's discipline, self-control, self-discipline. Okay. The Emperor is trying to discipline everything else. So the Emperor is kind of calling the shots on the. See, there I am messing up the camera again. The Emperor is the one that's sort of taking control over the external circumstances and sort of like the manager or the boss at work, right? Kind of the owner of the company. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. The lust card is control and discipline, but it's internal, right? External control, internal control. So we're controlling our passions, our appetites, our moods. We're controlling our fire. We're controlling our tongue. We're controlling our actions and our appetites and our hunger. And all of this is contributing to the success of what you're doing right now. This is how what you're doing, what you're working on, is going to work. Now, up above everything, magician. We always seem to have the star and the magician together, because the star is what is creating you into the magician. It's revealing to you that you are the magician. We're all born the magician. But sometimes we lose touch with that. Sometimes our human heart and mind, our human frustrations, our anger, our fire and air, or our water and air, sometimes gets in the way of us recognizing ourselves, identifying with the magician. And so sometimes we need that star. We need that starlight. But you have the magician front and, well, center. Right at the top there. And that is your ability, well, for one, it's your ability to be creative. It's your ability to be flexible and adapt. It's your ability to know what techniques to apply to this thing to get it working. Again, the same techniques to make it lift off, different skills, right, needed to then get it to do loop-the-loops and all these tricks and dives and all this stuff. So this is your flexibility, your adaptability. You have this neuroplasticity, right, which is allowing you to learn new things and grow and change. You're not stuck in the same, mental or neurological ruts that we've been in. Sometimes we do things so often. We react to things in a certain way. Okay, again, I'm talking about the past, fire and air. Sometimes we react to things in the same way so often, it becomes easier for us to do that. We create these grooves in our brain, like we're just sort of tracing the circle on the shag carpet now. It's just worn out in this circle. It's easier to just stay in that circle. But the magician reminds us that we can change our brains, like literally our nervous system. We can change our minds. We can change our habits, right? The brain, the mind, the nervous system is capable of change. It's that neuroplasticity, right? And so this is that, just that. It's the plasticity, the elasticity, the flexibility, the adaptability, right? And this is what you're doing now. And that's why with the Emperor card, we have a suggestion built into the card of rigidity, right? There's not much of a flow there. This is somebody that's sitting in a way that's very defined, sharp angles with the legs and everything. And it's just kind of like, it's rigid, it's stubborn. This is the way it goes. This is it, no matter this, my way or the highway. But then we got the magician. The magician is all fluid, right? It is that quicksilver. And it's, it's able to change. It's able to grow and expand based on wisdom, based on authority, based on your creative energies, and based on your passions. And, so it's very willful here. Yeah. The magician is the one who can look at any problem and say, I can figure it out. The word can't is not in your vocabulary. The word defeat or retreat is not in your vocabulary. The magician is, not so much that I can or I will, but I am. I am doing it. Okay? And so we have to be able to recognize those ingrained habits of reactions that we usually go down those paths, right? Because we've been doing it so long, they're habits. They're just literally like grooves in your brain. And it's so much easier to just stay in those grooves. So it takes a little bit of effort, which, we see with our fire energy here. It takes a little bit of effort to change the way we do things, to adapt to new and changing circumstances. We can't react to new problems the same old way we always did. We can't react to our friends, our family, ourselves, our loved ones, the business, the romantic partner, whatever it is. We can't keep doing the same thing we've been doing. It's not working anymore. If you love it, you'll make it work. And you're putting in this work, you're going to make it work. And one thing you really, really need is to be able to do things differently, to respond to things using a different skill set, to learn a new skill set, to change the way that you habitually react to the world. All right? That neuroplasticity. We got to learn to do We got to learn to do other things. And I can't help but see the two of cups really as also the reward system. When we do something new, when we try to innovate, when we try to use our major arcana energies and really, control our reactions and have some sort of willed authority over our lives, and we try to employ our adaptability and this neuroplasticity, and we do something different, and when it works, it feels good. So we're going to keep doing it, right? And when it works, it sort of reinforces this, it's kind of like a dopamine circuit, right? Where what we're doing is making a difference, and we're going to do it again. And so we're able to reinforce the changing structures of our mind and nervous system. And of course, the Magus card, the Magician card, Mercury, rules the whole nervous system. So this card literally is that whole whatever neuroscience thing about that, the plasticity of our brains and all that. And I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but that's what this card has been saying for thousands of years now, So I think this is front and center for you. This is a big deal. Learning that you're not bound by the ways that you've always done things, that you are capable of changing and adapting and growing. The older we get, maybe the more difficult it is. Maybe it takes more time, it takes more focus, it takes more energy. But that's what we have, right? In order to change the way we function in the world so that we can adapt more to the changing circumstances, so that we can grow, so that we can level up, so that we can work this, right? We need more time, right? We need more energy. We need more focus. We need the disciplined focus. And the Wheel of Fortune is, I think, first and foremost, time. Cosmic time, Not so much the human time, because maybe in human terms, don't have a lot of time. In human terms, well, there's only so many hours in the day. But this is divine timing. This is kind of saying, look, this is what matters most to you in life. And no excuses. It's time that you start doing this, right? And so Spirit is really saying that we have an infinite amount of time to do this. And I know that doesn't seem practical, but I think Spirit wants to reinforce this idea that if this is worth it, if you care about this much, then we're gonna keep at it no matter how long it takes. It's not an excuse to say, well, if I've got infinite time, then I'll just worry about it tomorrow, right? I don't know, who cares? I'll do it later. I'll do it next millennia, it doesn't matter. Right? No, it's saying that if you care about this enough, you will continue harnessing your power, your energy, your focus, your adaptability, right? You'll put everything that you have to bear on this for as long as it takes. Now, the other aspect of the Wheel of Fortune is this expansion, growth. That what you love, you're working on. What you're working on is going to work. It's going to grow. It's going to level up. It's going to expand. If this is a relationship, a business, an art project, if this is a physical health, if this is whatever it is, it does not matter what it is. What matters is that you apply all of these spiritual forces to this. And it's going to blow up. It's going to just expand. It's going to get crazy good. The fortune, right, is in your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor. Okay. So this, as one of those skills, is the realization that, one, Spirit saying it's your time to do this, that this is what you need to do. This is a sense of destiny. This is a kind of a card that's saying we're letting Spirit take the wheel. Right? Spirit's driving the bus, It's also saying, really, that because this is, I think, I call it your fate or your destiny or your spiritual purpose. It does not matter how long it takes. But this is your effort. This is what you're supposed to do. Now let's talk about the path of the serpent. I'm trying to calm down a little bit. This is crazy. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, see now my voice is starting to go. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. Your general energy is the Eon card. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, trial by fire. I feel like you've been purified by whatever came before, the fire and air that came before the emperor, this way, over there. You've been purified by that. And now you understand, it's kind of a back to basics, that when you go through this transition, this transformation, this maybe a metamorphosis, nothing remains that is not essential to this work. I think that's why we got a 3. One of the reasons why we got the 3 of Pentacles. There's nothing here that doesn't need to be here. Everything is functioning. It's kind of a very utilitarian card. Because it's saying that only what's necessary belongs here. And the way this functions, it's not by just adding a bunch of extra stuff. We're not just gluing parts to it. No, this is the basic structure of something, and this is how it functions. Okay, and you understand that. You're probably someone that, takes toasters apart and things like this. Like, you know how things work. And when you love something this much, well, then I think you're able to bring all of these other spiritual energies to bear on this. And it's going to be extraordinary. Really, truly is. This is a doorway to your future. This is a leveling up. This is telling me that you're ready to take things to the next level. That you feel like you're due. You feel like you've been in this fiery doorway for a long time, and you're ready to get to the other side of it. You're ready to make a big accomplishment. You're ready to to get to the next level of something. You're ready. You've waited long enough for your breakthrough. And this is you breaking through. Okay. And I think this is what you're doing. You're breaking through. This is how you're doing it. It's all centered on that love. You have that desire to merge with this. You feel that this is what you belong with. It could be a person, it could be a purpose, it could be a job, a career, it could be a company that you're building, a book that you're writing, I don't know, whatever it is. It's an urge to merge with it. Okay. Now in the environment, we've got the Star card. The Star card likes to show you where your buttons are. Shows you where, well, I think it showed you where your fire and air was back there. Shows you where you need to invoke a little bit of that neuroplasticity. Okay? The Star card likes to show us things that we don't always like to see. Phase 1 of the Star energy. If we allow it, the light comes inside, illuminates what's going on within us, shows us where our buttons are, our knots of karma, our weak spots, our sore spots, our reactions to things, confronts us, gives us situations, people, places, things that trigger us. The Star card, that's why someone cuts you off in traffic. Because Spirit wants you to be aware of your reaction. Are you the one that's kind of yelling and screaming and cursing out the window? Spirit is trying to get you to recognize that. That's phase 1. That's the internal portion of the star. The second phase, or the external portion, is that once we start recognizing that, once we start working on those knots of karma, those buttons, those issues, those triggers, then we're able to more accurately or efficiently channel that spiritual energy out into the world. So I said the Star card creates the magician or refines the magician. Because the magician, ideally, perfect magician, is one where the spiritual energy goes straight through. It's a pure conduit. It's quicksilver. It is the best conductor of electricity. Right? It's that, I don't know what is the best conductor of electricity. I don't even know. Let's say it's silver, quicksilver. Or maybe it's mercury. I don't know. But this is where there is no blockages. That the spiritual force flows right through us, and we're manifesting it. That's what creates the magician, the best magician we can be. Okay? And if we have all these habits and all these very rigid reactions and sort of neurological structures, we're impeding that spiritual light. We have to be able to dissolve those blockages and do whatever we need to do and adapt to the world, adapt to that spiritual light so that we can manifest as efficiently as possible with zero packet loss, with zero corruption of the data stream, whatever. Whatever is flowing through you, whatever is trying to enter the world through you. And that's what this is. And so the star is showing you all the ways in which that spiritual light is being interfered with by our human heart and mind. Okay, showing us those things that we really don't like to see. And so I think that you're recognizing, or you have perhaps, previous to our emperor energy, right, back that way. I think you've recognized some of these buttons, you know. Maybe you're someone that people used to push your buttons. You used to let people push them. And now people are pushing them, but you're just like, I've disconnected that button, my friend, you know. And so I feel like we're working on that. And it's really making a huge difference in your life. Yeah. I think that your relationships with people are changing. And maybe not becoming more pleasant or more friendly. It's not like we're just trying to grin and bear it when somebody pushes our buttons, you know. I think we're truly trying to not really be concerned with those kinds of people. Maybe Spirit's showing you a lot of things that are just not necessary in your life right now. So I think that you've ended some things. I think that you're realizing some commitments, some relationships, some hobbies, habits, activities, whatever, just aren't right for you. Recognizing the distractions. Sometimes the distractions are covering up one of those buttons, covering up one of those knots of karma that we don't want to look at. So we distract ourselves, right? So the star card is a very, very powerful energy, one of the most powerful cards of the tarot. But this is also saying that you are very much aware of your spiritual destiny. I think you're following your North Star. Yeah. Spirit wants you to keep going. Yeah. Now, something about pepper. You like a lot of pepper on your food, or somebody in your life was like really heavy on the black pepper. Yeah. This is our North Star. This is us realizing that we do have a spiritual destiny. And we know when we're on the path or not. And it may still seem like your goal is really, really far away. That's okay. It's not really about the goal. It's about the changes that are taking place in you and in your life in the pursuit of your goal. That's what the star really is trying to do, to make you the magician. Make you realize that you're the magician and you're trying to be the very best master magician that you can be. Now, side effect of all of this is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is, it's joy, celebration, it's appreciation. It's a question here, and the difficulty for you, if I may be familiar like that, the difficulty might be communicating your needs, wants, desires, communicating your emotions. Mercury and Cancer here, right? Being able to communicate what you want, what you need, how you feel in a way that is effective, in a way that is not based on those rigid structures, those grooves that we've had before, but on new ways, right? New, that adaptability, the magician, neuroplasticity, figuring out how do we communicate our desires, our needs, our wants, our feelings, all of our emotions, good and bad. How do we do that effectively? Right? This is Mercury, right? And the Three of Cups. How do we communicate what we're feeling in a way that is productive and constructive, in a way that is flexible and adaptable and can build rapport? Right? So it's a question of communication here, too. Yeah. And you may say, well, I communicate my feelings all the time. Yeah, but how does it happen? What does it look like? Right? Is it all fire and air from before? Or are we learning a new way to do that maybe is a different strategy, a different technique, a different method, right? If we want to make something work, we got to work it. We got to be willing to do a different technique. We got to be willing to try it a different way. We don't want to be so identified with our habits and our reactions and our so-called personality that we're unwilling to be flexible and fluid in that personality. I always do things a certain way, and if nobody likes it, well, then that's tough beans, right? Or is this something that you care about enough and you love it enough that you're willing to say, okay, why am I clinging so hard to these reactions or to these personality traits? Why am I so identified with them? Why can't I just let them go or be willing to be elastic and adaptable and flexible and all this stuff so that I can really express myself in the world in a way that is now I'm not saying that you have to sort of walk on eggshells or pussyfoot around the issue or beat around the bush, about your feelings. But I think especially in this particular situation, you've got to be able to ask for what you want in an effective way. You've got to be able to express your love, your gratitude, and your feelings in a way that is effective. And that's the key word. It doesn't have to be nice, doesn't have to be kind, but it has to be the best sort of option to ensure the best outcome. You want to be the magician. You want to cause change in conformity with your will. So how do we do that? That's all we're asking here, okay? And now we've got the Princess of Cups at the end. More water and earth. Your dream is coming true. Your feelings, your needs are getting met. Things are changing. Things are becoming reality. The way you feel, what you want. If we're talking about the three cups, the emotions here, your feelings, your needs, your desires, your gratitude, that's becoming real. It's actually reaching the material plane. It's having an impact. Okay. I also feel that what you're doing here, whatever this project or activity or relationship is it's going to solidify. It's a dream that's becoming real. And that is hinted at in the Three of Pentacles too, because the three is above the abyss. The three is still a potential energy. I'm putting in the work. I haven't built the temple yet. This is now the dream becoming reality. It's crystallizing. The temple is being built. Okay? It's the physical representation of what you're working on and what you're dreaming over here, of what you're wishing for, what you're desiring. Yeah. The three really, becomes a four. Goes from the realm of ideas. Let's say a three-dimensional rendering of something. It becomes something that exists in the material plane. Crosses the abyss, becomes something solid, becomes a four, right? I wonder if that'll be our mystery card. Let's take a look. This is such an extraordinary reading for you. I'm very impressed by your energies right now. And yes, I want this to be maybe a Four of Pentacles. Just to show that what you're working on is crystallizing, solidifying, becoming a sort of a four-dimensional reality. Okay? If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Could be the Hermit. It could be the World. It's a King of Pentacles. It's fixed earth energy, right? So this is that solidification. I like that. This is also the card of the builder. It's a Taurus kind of energy. It's the builder. And you're building something in concrete reality, physical stuff. Okay? It's here in your life. It's not just a concept. No. Fixed earth. So what you're doing, what this love is for you, it's having tangible results in the physical plane. And Spirit's telling you, keep building it. Keep an open mind, stay flexible, stay hungry, stay in charge. Keep building. Yeah. Anyway, extraordinary. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo Tuesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.